No questions on this at all? You just believe me? Yes.
I don't know what I'd write on. I got a really good question at a talk I gave at University of Chicago recently, asking what should someone create? What should their book be about or their podcast about? And the answer will surprise you a little bit. What's interesting today is that the internet has given us a really powerful opportunity to develop expertise when we combine our interests. I think you'll find the answer interesting, but also something that really makes you think to say, wow, maybe I can carve out expertise much faster than I ever imagined.
That is the best perfect question I wanted to answer. So here's the interesting thing, right? If I ask you, like, what are you interested in? How do you start to answer? Like, you probably have like a million questions going through. You're like, I love all these sorts of things, all right? So the internet has done something else really super powerful to this very question, is that without the internet, we used to reward generic expertise, right? I'm an expert in marketing, I'm an expert in finance, whatever it is. Today, the world revolves around niche, specialized expertise. So tell me a little bit about yourself. What are the things that you do? What are your passions, your projects? What do you like doing? Do math, what else? Horses, perfect. So as an example on that one, what you would do is there a way for you to not only pick which expertise you want to be, but combine them? Is there a way for you to write a book on using data analysis, or using data analytics to wind up building better racehorses or having better racehorses compete, right? So the interesting thing about it is in twofold. Number one, what creators today realize is that they both want to go fast and they want to go deep. Right? They want to go fast and they want to go deep. So you don't want to spend like 10 years becoming an expert in that, right? Like that feels like forever. So if you were to just try to become an expert in horses, like there's people who are so old, like they're almost dead, they're so old, they're the experts, right? Or there's people who are experts in math who are like also old, right? So you're sort of screwed, unless you combine those two things. So suddenly, if you're able to take your interests and combine those things into something, you can become an expert in much faster time because your expertise is limited, it's niche. But here's the cooler part. As soon as you become a niche expert in a combined two things, you suddenly become an expert in those other two fields. So suddenly math people will look at you and say, what's your name? Ramsey? Ramsey's really interesting theories around the concept of applying math in horses, right? And horse people will be like, holy cow, I've never seen someone apply math theories to horses. So the reality is the way that we help people pick topics, number one, it's not easy. I would start there. We spend about 3 weeks with people doing it. And as I told the folks here, every month I do like sort of a workshop series that I'll invite all of you to attend. So we'll make sure, give me your email address. And if you wanted to sort of help go through this experience, I do a free workshop for college students every month to help them figure out what that is. But what it oftentimes comes down to is figuring out what you care about and ultimately combining your interests in a way that you can become one of the world's experts in it. And the interesting part about it is, so funny enough, I've had an author who's come to me and said, I love horses and I love science, and there's no one out there who's writing on this intersection of these two things. So your ability to become an expert is really powerful.